Councilman Farrell. Here. Councilman Carmen.
Here.
Councilman Molly.
Here.
Councilman Hamilton.
Here.
Councilman Brown.
Here.
Councilman Asher. Councilman Ferris.
Here. Councilman Asher indicated that he has a work commitment this evening. You have been handed the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any additional corrections? Motion to approve. Second. Motion has been made second to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Thank you. Under old business, we have ordinance number 112680 to repeal certain sections of the Shelbyville zoning code and subdivision control ordinance and to adopt the city of Shelbyville Unified Development Ordinance. Mr. Farrell.
Your Honor, ordinance number 11-2680 is on second reading, and I recommend approval.
Thank you. Second. Motion and a second. Michelle, if you would come up and explain to us how we got here, please.
Go back to the beginning.
No, we don't need to go that far back. For the record, you did it by yourself.
I'm Michelle Hanford, Deputy Director of the Business Department. We're on the second reading of our ordinance for the unified development ordinance that will replace certain elements of subdivision control and the law for the action to meet some of those changes there. Prior to this meeting, I hope everyone got a memo firmly on December 1st that has all the amendments that need to be made from the so that all the facility workers wording changes. The last 6 items are things that were suggested from the planning commission to change. Last week.
Just to clarify further for not only the members of the council, but the public, we did have an ordinance committee meeting at last week, and we sat down with the sign vendor from Signs and More. We had received testimony at the last meeting in December. There was some concern that the language in the unified zoning ordinance, unified development ordinance, would not meet the needs of our local non-for-profit agencies. We sat down with the ordinance committee, with the sign vendor, and we have come up with a workable solution that we think is acceptable. The sign vendor felt that was acceptable as well, and we will be moving forward, which is why it's recommended this evening that we adopt the ordinance as it was written with the amendments as mentioned in Michelle's memo. And then Trent Bowser is here this evening, city attorney, to explain procedurally how we will formalize this in the second hearing so that it will take effect.
Because if you recall, this had come up on the second reading once before. When it came up, the council had a few options on what they could do. They could either adopt it, reject it, amend it, or decide to consider it. What happened was there was a motion to adopt it. That motion failed, and basically nothing else was done on it. My understanding was it wasn't the council's intent to reject it. There's a document where the former clerk treasurer and mayor sort of signed on that it had been defeated on the second reading on December 5th. I guess I just wanted to clear up for the record that that's not actually what happened. Ended up deciding to further consider it. Came back. So, in my opinion, it's correct procedurally. It wasn't no one on the council rejects it.
It was not defeated, the second hearing tonight will be proper procedure. Thank you, Trent. Any questions for Mr. Melton? Thank you. We have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Members of the public wish to speak?
Even though it wasn't passed, maybe it's quickly and some people would like to see it. Nice to get that time to allow people that were affected directly in time to talk. And they found people there. So.
And
If I may add, Councilmember Wade was kind of a little more brought up to speed and understand a little further as well. Sure.
And from a planning perspective, since that's what I used to do, I don't think there's any harm in that. It was a great opportunity to educate members of the city council. We did come to an agreement, I believe, or a meeting there that was acceptable to the sign.
Thank you, thank you.
Just one thing that, I forgot to mention, 30 days from today is when the ordinance will come into effect. So, February.
Are there any members of the public who wish to offer comment or speak? If not, we'll close public comment. For the discussion, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you again, Michelle, for your work. Thank you, Dan, for finishing it up. No further old business. We'll go to new business resolution 2012-1, tax abatement for Braithwaite. Fair.
Resolution number 2012-1 is a resolution qualifying certain personal property for tax abatement. Whereas the Common Council of the City of Shelbyville has received a written application on behalf of Braithwaite, Indiana, for personal property tax abatement pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1-1. Whereas said application has been reviewed by the Common Council of the City of Shelbyville at a duly held public meeting of said council on the 18th day of January 2012. Therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of Shelbyville as follows. 1. The Common Council of the City of Shelbyville has reviewed the application of Braithwaite and determined that it should be granted. 2. The Common Council of the City of Shelbyville has determined that the estimated cost of the improvements to be $2,050,000 and the estimated number of individuals employed after the completion of construction will increase by 7 employees. Further, these improvements will allow for future growth of the company. 3. The Common Council of the City of Shelbyville has determined that the benefits to the community by Braithwaite's improvements is more than sufficient to justify the reductions sought by the application. Accordingly, the Common Council of the City of Shelbyville has determined that Braithwaite is entitled to a reduction from the assessed value of its personal property improvements, $2,050,000 for a period of 10 years, pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1.1-12.1-4.5, the following schedule. First year of deduction, 100%, second, 90%, third, 80%, fourth, 70%, fifth, 60%, sixth, 50%, seventh, 40%, eighth, 30%, ninth, 20%, 10th, 10%. 5. Upon the adoption of this resolution, the clerk treasurer of the City of Shelbyville, Indiana, shall serve a copy of this resolution to the Shelby County Assessor and/or such other Shelby County governmental officials as shall be necessary to make Braithwaite and successors and assigns eligible to file for the deductions as set forth herein. Adopted by the Common Council of the City of Shelbyville, Indiana, this 18th day of January 2012. Your Honor, I recommend approval of resolution number 2012-1.
We have a motion and a second, Mr. Trump. If you would please educate us on your request this evening.
Thank you, Mayor, council members. This is going to, I actually, when the report meeting said that we were going to take a population of currently of 44 and then move by 7 to 51. I'm pleased to tell you that after speaking with John Armstrong and Sarah Sheehan here tonight, that in fact we're going to add 2 more employees. So instead of 7, it's going to be 9. Now what this will do will increase their current capacity by 35% here in the Shelbyville plant. Basically, this will add cooling units and some other miners and basically make more plant more efficient. To speak about this, here's my front Braithwaite, here's the plant manager, John Armstrong, and the chief financial officer, Terry Sheehan, who is here from Adrian, Michigan. So they're certainly much better qualified to speak to this, and I would hesitate that one or both give you a little more information regarding the project than I am.
Good evening. If you have any questions, otherwise I'll give you a quick rundown of the project. We have a large increase in volume of business through the acquisition of a customer, in 2012. It's requiring us increasing capacity for our facility, and what the increasing capacity amounts to doing so. We've been undersized for a period of time from our cooling capacity standpoint, which keeps oils and the processed water cool, so that we can handle the material in line. We needed to make a significant investment in that in order to get our capacity from that standpoint where we need it for now and in the future. So,
Could you identify yourself for the record, please?
yes, John Armstrong.
Thank you, John.
Mr. Armstrong, the two additional employees, are they quality technician or managed utilities? Or they fall into that field?
They're separate categories. We need some additional quality techs. The product lines that we're bringing on require additional testing that we haven't necessarily done in the past. And we will also be in a position where we'll have the staff for 24 hours around the clock. You know, night shifts or traditionally it's been paid, so we could add staffing there. And we also need to add additional utility, members to the production staff.
So I have a question. Who is your clients? Who are some of your customers?
Customers, Train, Ingersoll Rand. We also have a customer coming on this year, which is a lot of our growth, Goodman. And then our sister facilities consume a lot of our product, and customers of theirs are Amana, Whirlpool, Sub-Zero, Electrolux, refrigeration suppliers.
Mr. Armstrong, how long have you raised in Shelbyville?
Right around 56 years, I believe. It's been a number of years since we started right there. So,
We appreciate you locating your new business here as well. Thank you.
I appreciate it as well.
Maybe for the last several years, I don't know that we've approved any tax payments for an added employee. This is a nice positive way to start the year. My basic have some tax payments on the added employees. Thank you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the support. We've been here a few times.
Mr. Armstrong, I was riding my bicycle quite a bit on the campaign, and you're in my work. And I want to compliment you on how well kept the facility is. And I was impressed by that. And one other question or comment. The expenses here, purchases will be completed by what date? Did I read 6 months?
Everything will be completed. I have to go look at the documents again, but the target date I believe was May 1st. We need everything in place. The demand of marketplace dictates it. So
The new employees, new employees should be in place by the summer.
Yes, certainly. I checked it today. We're currently at 48, and we're in the process of extending additional offers right now. So we need to get ramped up and just trying to get out of this.
Do you have any trouble finding qualified people for these jobs here?
It's a good question. I think we have a pretty extensive vetting process, and we've been able to find the candidates that we need, but it does take a number of interviews and sitting interview candidates. But that answers your question.
I just want to add that one of the reasons why I ran for office is economic development, and I'm very excited about this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and welcome to the new members as well. Congratulations.
Any additional comments or questions for Mr. Armstrong or Mr. Sheehan? Anything else, Mr. Trump? Comments or questions from the public? Have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen, very much.
Thank you.
We have, under miscellaneous business, we have the acceptance and acknowledgement of a conflict of interest disclosure statement from Jason Brown. As we indicated in the meeting, that Mr. Brown is a law enforcement officer with the Shelbyville Police Department and an elected official. He needed, and we agreed with him that it was proper to file a disclosure of conflict of interest statement. It was determined that the city council could acknowledge this filing. So I would entertain a motion to accept Mr. Brown's disclosure of notice of conflict statement. A motion and a second. Do we have further discussion? Mr. Brown, will you be abstaining from this vote?
That is correct.
Any further comments or questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. Under additional miscellaneous business, this evening we have a proclamation for the city of Shelbyville. It is a proclamation for Shelbyville and Shelby County, designating us as a super celebration community. Whereas Shelbyville, Shelby County is privileged to have been chosen as one of the super celebration sites. Other sites include Anderson, Wilmington, Broad Ripple, Carmel, Columbus, Fishers, Mountain Square, Greenfield, Greenwood, Franklin, Indiana Avenue, International Marketplace, Mass Ave, Keystone Crossing, Lafayette, West Lafayette, Muncie, Noblesville, Plainfield, Richmond, and Zionsville. Whereas the Super Celebration Sites program is designed to connect Central Indiana regional communities, hosting NFL fans and guests. Each site has housing for NFL guests and fans, a concentration of restaurants and other hospitality amenities, a collaborative group to plan and organize programming. Whereas the city of Shelbyville and Shelby County is very fortunate to have the Shelby County Tourism and Visitors Bureau as our Super Celebration Site organizers. They have organized many events for you to enjoy during the Super Celebration. The city of Shelbyville will have scrumptious dining options, along with fun movies and family activities for all ages. I think we're probably the first person to use the word scrumptious in a proclamation. Whereas the Shelbyville Super Celebration kicks off with Operation Comedy on January 20th at the historic Strand Theater to benefit local veterans. Operation Comedy is a show featuring a plethora of comedians, including Larry Reed, as heard on the Bob and Tom Show. Whereas on January 21st, Shelbyville Super Celebration continues with dinner and a movie at the Strand Theater. Attending this event guarantees your automatic entry to win an NFL experience ticket back. Whereas January 28th will be a fun-filled day for the entire family with games, prizes, and movies. This is a free event for the entire family and begins at 2 p.m. at the Strand Theater. Whereas from January 20th to February 5th, Indiana Live Casino features live entertainment, food, and fun. You may also enjoy food and fun while watching horse racing on the big screen with families who live in Indiana Downs. Whereas each Super Celebration site will display a supercar, which team will Shelbyville receive. The supercar will be on display at Salmon Road from February 2nd to February 4th. And whereas Super Celebration buses will be available on February 3rd and 4th for your free ride downtown Indianapolis, or look for the Shelby County bus downtown Philly for a ride to Shelby. You may sign up at the Visitor Center and the Porter Center. Now, therefore, I, Thomas D. DeBaun, Mayor, proclaim the city of Shelbyville from January 20th to February 5th, 2012 as a Super Celebration site. All citizens participate in the many exciting activities planned for Super Celebration in the city of Shelbyville. So that is our, it was almost a marketing campaign. But in essence, this is spelling forth the events that we have in regards to the Super Celebration. Any comments or questions on that?
Then on that, but I do have something else on this. Just during the past couple of weeks, or first couple of weeks, obviously we've been with the fest. Somebody ongoing in town, and I would just like to extend my thanks to your support and keeping the council abreast, and just from what I've heard, the leadership was pretty substantial, and I appreciate your support, everything that you've done.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it very much. And I do intend to continue to inform the council, keep them up to date as much as possible, so that you're not caught off guard, because much like myself, you all are out there, mainly with the public, much of the ask questions that you're not prepared.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
I also wanted to comment, Jason kind of jumped.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I thought you and the police department have just been super the way you handled everything. And congratulations.
Appreciate that, Mr. Farrow, and in fact, Keith and his men did a fantastic job. As I mentioned at the Board of Works meeting last week, it started at the dispatcher level. We received the first call, and went all the way to the detectives and everyone in between. It was a Herculean effort, considering what we have going on. And fortunately, this brings me to the last part that I have of miscellaneous business, and that is a press release which I've handed out to Shelbyville News to Shelbyville Today and before TWSBX. You all have a copy of this, and I will read it. This is dated January 16, 2012. The people of Shelbyville have been tested very early on this year through acts of violence and tragedy. It is common in times such as these, it is natural to begin to come together as a community and review circumstances and events to determine if there is an underlying problem that could contribute to these events. Although no common threads have been established linking these events, several citizens and interested organizations have taken the opportunity and courage to step forward and indicate that now is the time to address the growing concern in the community that has the potential to have a negative influence in our homes, schools, and throughout the city and county. That concern is the use of drugs commonly called spice, bath salts, and hookah pipe cleaner, among others. These drugs are currently legal and difficult to regulate using local ordinances and state law. This is a concern to me as well, a concern to me both as a father and as the mayor. I began receiving complaints from local businesses and concerned citizens even before I took office. As a result, I came in contact with Representative Sean Everhart and have indicated to him how serious a concern this is in the community, and have asked him to make this a priority during the current legislative session. In turn, he has assured me that he will be actively supporting efforts that are being made in the State House, even as we speak, that will criminalize the use of these types of drugs. I, in turn, am committed to assist him in any way possible to encourage the passage of this much-needed legislation. Additionally, because this is an immediate need, I have asked the Drug Free Coalition, the Shelby County Prosecutor's Office, the Shelbyville Central Schools, the Shelbyville Common Council, the Shelby County Council, the Shelby County Commissioners, the Shelbyville Police Department, the Shelbyville Fire Department, and the Shelby County Sheriff's Department to form a partnership with the city administration in searching, writing, and enforcement of local legislation so that we may take swift action in efforts to drastically reduce or eliminate the use of these substances in our community. Preliminary meetings have already taken place among several key personnel in these groups, and the full meeting is scheduled for this week to formalize the process, and the research for potential legislation on the local level has already begun. It should be noted that the prosecutor and his staff have also been working on these efforts for several weeks. Many of the above referenced parties, but it was determined that a combined effort would serve everyone's purpose in a much more effective manner. This will be a fast-moving initiative, but there will be opportunities for public input as well. One of those opportunities will be on Thursday, January 19th at 7 p.m. at the Shelbyville Boys Club. Thank you for your support and understanding of this matter of great importance to the community. Basically, what this says is that there are a number of elected and appointed officials who are coming together to work as a team to address this issue. And this issue is no stranger to most of us in the room.
Marijuana, Mary Jane, you know, is a coach of
Why
for marijuana.
Why are the people on the surface selling? Why are they?
Well, money. We need to be quite honest.
No, I'm not stupid. I know it's about
Do
money.
they have a legitimate use?
What are they saying you should use it
I don't believe they do. I mean, on the package it says not for, free consumption. They're selling it as incense. I mean, they're marked. The place with the square and some of these other places, they're just trying to sell it as incense, but well, it's not incense. I mean, you do a Google search or why they're not using it for that. Again, it's just another way to kind of escape the law and to try to be, one step ahead, I guess, of law enforcement. But the same thing with K2 is marketed the same way. It's a synthetic version of marijuana, where bath salts is a synthetic version of cocaine. And again, they're using, trying to say it's more of a potpourri or incense or whatever, but it's not.
I have a question. Are you aware of any central points of distribution or manufacturing? Like, is there some place around the state that just makes these wholesale packages and they walk from there?
Well, my understanding is you can buy this online. And, I learned recently, because one of the questions I asked was, what's to say they make this, a law, and they let Joe Blow and I'm going to go off and still purchase it in Texas, what would happen, my understanding is that they can prosecute that person in Texas for selling to a known state where it's against the law. And my understanding is that it's not sold just at tattoo places, your other places. My understanding there's several gas stations in town that sell it. Why they sell it, well, they don't. I don't know if any, central location, kind of answer your question, it's selling, I mean, it comes under lots of different names, and I understand there's like over 100 names for some of these K2 and bad songs, and just people out there that's manufacturing it, selling it, these different names. And, unfortunately, at this point, so they make it really easy for the city. Okay, it's usually.
Well, I was just, it seems like you go out to every little place that's selling it, it seems like it would be a little easier to find where it's coming from. Stop in the origin, I'm saying.
Well, again, I'm going to say, I don't interpret this, but my understanding is it's not just one place. I mean, it's not just, like your choice between Coke and Pepsi. My understanding is there's lots of places that are manufacturing and doing this, and some of this is even overseas that are doing this. And so it's it's kind of like one thing, you squash out one cell, there's 4 or 5 more that pop up.
It's my understanding that it started probably 2 or 3 years ago in London.
Tracy, you're the expert on this, anything you want to add?
No, just what Mr. Todd said Thursday. I do know that, and I told Chief England that Thursday there's still, I think, a group that is planning on demonstrating down the circle. So, Chief's been aware of that, notified of that.
And I'd like to note that the coalition reached out to them to try to get them to kind of piggyback off of us and work with us. And even though they felt being at our events, they were strongly for what we call rally protesting or whatever. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like. The person I spoke with has assured me that it's going to be a peaceful event, but they're going to be out there where there's this place is selling. So how peaceful it is, I guess, up to interpretation of what may or may not happen that day. So I have some correspondence to you about what's going on and suggested there may be some law enforcement precedents out there just to be on the safe side. I plan on being there before as an observer, just because there was some of your wishes that kind of this ordinance would be out there, which I was told Charles was so important because again, we want to go about this the right way and to not be a fire pitchfork type of group that's out there trying to watch everybody, because obviously, there are legit businesses who say one of these days there may be a real incense place that comes up. And we don't want to, be the type of group that's out there trying to wear off legit business. But anybody that's selling this, we don't want this in our town. And we want to send that message to whoever's sending it, selling it, and about the right channel.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Thank you. One final thing under miscellaneous business, we have Don Kerr here from Shelbyville today, broadcasting the meeting live. I appreciate you making the time and effort to do that, Don. It's nice that we have the opportunity to bring our meetings to the public.
And what was the website for
It's at shelbyvilletoday.com/live is where it's actually streaming.
ShelbyvilleToday.com/live. Thank you, Don. And then Councilman Nahn has indicated that our former webcam is now up and running through a Microsoft application as well. So we're duly covered this evening. If you go to City of ShelbyvilleIGN.com, you can watch the meeting live. Thank you for doing that, Don. Any further additional business?